Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to see how to install SQL Server in your machine. So most of you are aware of what is SQL Server and how to install that and all, but who are not aware, so they can use this video and you can install SQL Server in your machine. So for SSAS tabular model, anyway we need SQL Server for sure, to how to deploy the models and all. So that time anyway I am going to show, but the thing is now, as I told earlier, I am configuring real-time environment in general, how we work in the real-time environment. I am configuring that. Now you can see this is my machine. I have configured yesterday. So here I have to install Power BI desktop again and SQL Server, everything again from the very beginning. So instead of demonstrating this SQL Server installation in the SSAS tablet sessions, I thought of doing now itself so that you can get some idea how to install SQL Server with the tabular mode. So during SQL Server installation, so we can select which mode of SSAS we need to install. Is it multidimensional or tabular? We can decide here. So that is why anyway I'm installing now. So I thought of showing you like how we can do that. So currently the latest version we have is SQL Server 2019. So you can download that, or but most of the companies use 2016, 2017 or 2012. All these three, or 2008 R2 as well. So these are the four SQL Server installations. I mean SQL Server databases you can see in any major organizations. So that is why I'm taking 2017 as installation now, and we will work on that and like how we can use SSAS tabular model for that. So first thing is just go to Google and search for SQL Server 2017 download. So I have downloaded just now, but I'll show how the process is if someone is not really aware. So just Google now, and you can see SQL Server 2017 download. This is what I have given here, and you can see the very first option, SQL Server 2017 on Windows and Linux. So click on first option. Now here you can see the list of many options here, overview, comparison, features and all. So go to pricing section, and you can see there are different versions of SQL Server, Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition, because this is something we use in a real time in your companies. This is something we have to pay and subscribe to this thing. So currently we are not going to pay anything. It is free of cost. We have Developer Edition by default from SQL Server from Microsoft. So click on free download. So what happens is if you click on free download, so it will give let me go to my downloads folder. So it can give some, it will give one application. This is something what are the referring. If you click on download, you get this file, and now if you double click on this one, you get three options here. Okay, I think okay, let me close this. I have just downloaded. Let me show you again, because download takes some time because it's 1.5 GB file. That's why I thought of skipping the download part. So double click on this. So it will open one window, basic custom download media. So don't go with first and two. Click on the third option, download media. So this will download. Click on that and select the download path where you want to download this file. It is almost 1.5 GB file. So if you click on download, it will take some time to download this file. So now I have downloaded this file. This is, if you see, this is the ISO file which I just downloaded some time back. Now how to install SQL Server. So once we are at this step, then we can go ahead with the installation. So double click on this ISO file, this image file. Now you can see setup. So this green color mark is setup file. So double click on this and click on yes. So this will initialize the SQL Server installation. So by default you see this window, SQL Server installation center. So go to second option called installation and click on first option. The first option is something where we use to click to install a new SQL Server, or to upgrade the, if you have any existing SQL Server, if you want to add some new features, we can also select this same first option. So currently in this machine there is no SQL Server installed. This is a brand new machine. So you can install the same thing in your desktop or laptop. So click on this. So it is a very easy process, guys. Like how we have Power BI desktop installed, like next and finish. It will be of same type, same kind of thing, but something we need to do some configuration in between of this next steps. But I'll show how we do that. But just follow this process and it will be installed without any issues. So here currently we downloaded Developer Edition. So I have multiple editions here. Evaluation Express, but go with Developer Edition. So no need to enter any key here. So click on next, and accept the conditions, terms and conditions. Click on next. So here it will be asking whether you want to get updates for this SQL Server. Maybe any updates comes for this SQL Server, whether you want to download that or not. It's up to you whether you can check this or you can just uncheck, whatever it is. Click on next. It will just validate the files in your desktop. So if you get this screen, passed and warning, then you are good to go. If there is any error here, so you have to see what is the error, and maybe your system error or any files missing, you have to correct that. But most of the times it won't give any error except some issue in the system system files. So but if you see something like this, you are good to go. Click on next. All should be passed, and this warning, this is nothing, we can just ignore this. And here we have the selection, what features you want to install in this SQL Server edition. So by default, you can just blindly click on select all and we can go. But I don't want to do this because it will take some time, more time to install, and also it will get everything which we don't even require for our practice. That is why just unselect all. Just select database engine services, which is very important to access database and server. If you work on databases and if you want to write some queries, or if you want to pull data to Power BI, this is very important thing. Database engine services, and you can also check analysis services because this is something we need for SSIS. And if you want to work on SSIS as well, integration services, we can also go with this. We have integration service as well here. So this is something which is optional. So whichever is required for your, for your work related everything. So we just select here. So mainly currently what we are focusing is on database engine and analysis services, which is HSIS. So just click on these three things: integration services and analysis services and database engine services. This is the path of the SQL Server. So by default it is C drive, program files, Microsoft SQL Server. If you want to change, you can change, but I don't recommend to change because it is a default path. So just go with this same path. Click on next. So now once you go with the next, so we are going to select the instance. So we call instance by default. So if you install SQL Server for the very first time in your system, the default instance is MS SQL Server. That is the default instance. So wherever you install the SQL Server, there is a default instance. Or in one system, we can have multiple SQL Server copies. We can also do that. In that case, the first time it will be the MS SQL Server, second time, third time, how many ever we have installed SQL Server multiple times, that will be named instance. We can give whatever the name you want here, some meaningful name, and we can go ahead with installation. But this is the first installation on this machine. It will be MS SQL Server by default. Just go with this. Click on next. So this is the path for that. So we get this one, MS SQL 14 point MS SQL Server. So if you are installing 2016 SQL Server, it will be MS SQL 13 point. If you are using SQL Server 2012 edition, it will be MS SQL 11, something like that. So that is how the numbers will change. So for 2017, it will be MS SQL 14.MS SQL Server. There is a root directory for this. So click on next. And here we need to configure the server, our SQL Server. So now we have selected the instance what you want, and here we need to set up the services. Services means in any Windows machine, if you are working on something, the services should be started. So there is something called services.msc in your system. You can see there is services. So once you enable the services, then only we can work on any applications or softwares in the system. So by default, even for SQL Server also, few will be automatically turned on, because the moment if you turn on system, this will be up and running. That is called automatic. There is something called SQL Server agent, which we use for running the jobs in SQL Server. So this is something we don't require any time, always. So whenever we require, we can just start this, but in real time it will be automatically enabled. But for the practice, I think it is not required for now, because jobs, we don't create any jobs now. But in SSIS, we require this as SQL Server agent. That time I will tell why this is required and how we can use that. But if you make it to automatic, this will also cause some burden to system, because if the services keeps running in the backend, that will just slow down the system. That is why I don't recommend to make it automatic. So whenever we require, we can on this. So for now, just give it, proceed with manual. Click on next. And here, basically in SQL Server, we have two different types of authentications. One is Windows authentication, other one is SQL Server authentication, which we call as mixed mode. Here, as per SQL Server terminology, Windows authentication mode means, so by default, if you log into server, so I remember whenever I was talking about SQL Server, if you click on the connect button, it will be asking server name. I'll use server name as dot, and it will not ask any username and password because it will take my Windows username and password by default. That is Windows authentication mode. Mixed mode means we can use both. To log into the server, we can use the same Windows credentials which we are already using in the system, or we can also set up some new credentials called SQL authentication. We can give a username and password separately, and based on those username and password, we can log into server. That is called mixed mode. So we can go with mixed mode because we can have two different things. So for this, we need to have some password. The username for this, the username for this is SA, which is system administrator. So once you, because once it is done, if you try to log into the server, it will be asking the authentication modes: Windows authentication and SQL authentication, Active Directory authentication. There are many authentications, but it is on-premises now. It is not cloud. So for on-premises, we have these two authentications: Windows mode and SQL Server authentication. If it is cloud, which is Azure, it will be something called Active Directory authentication. We will discuss all these things in Power BI, because we know in Power BI service we can we are going to do the scheduled refresh of data. That time I will tell how the refresh works with on-premises and cloud and OneDrive. We see even more in Power BI service. That time I will tell. So for this, I have some password. Just have some strong password. Maybe if you use just 1 2 3 4 5 like that, it may throw some error like password doesn't meet any restriction, the requirements and all. So just have some uppercase and lowercase combination here, and also re-enter the password. Now add current user. So now you are going to be the administrator for this server. So it is your system now. So you have to give access to this server to your user account. That is called, you can see here, SQL Server administrators have unrestricted access to the database engine. So you need to add yourself to access this server. That is called this one. So currently I am using my work machine, which is my domain machine. It is the admin account. So maybe if you try to add current user at your end, it will be your name, because that is the name you have stored in your machine. So that is how it looks. But just follow the same thing. It will be, you can able to install the SQL Server. Click on next, and see here there is SSAS configuration. So by default, we have multidimensional and tabular pivot, power pivot. We have three different flavors here. So what we need is tabular mode. So if this is not enabled, and if you, for example, if you do this one and proceed with next and installation is done, then you cannot work on SSAS tabular model. So that is why it is very important. Analysis services should be tabular mode, and we work in Power BI especially with the tabular mode, SSAS tabular model we call. So select second option and click on add current user again. Click on next. Now here, whatever we have done so far, it will just list out everything, because it is very small list here, because in the feature selection I just selected only three things: SQL Server database, analysis services and integration services. So if you would have selected more options there, maybe this list will increase up to even more better, even more bigger. So currently we have done everything. So whatever we have done so far, it will just list out here the complete summary of all these things. Now it will be just install. The installation will take depends on your features selection. If you have more features, it will take more time to install. If you have less features, I think it will take less time, but again depends on your your system configuration also. That will also depend. So majorly it will take 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes or 45 minutes max. That will not take much time. So only thing what you need is just click on install. Now it will start installing, like one green bar will come here. So this green bar should be filled up to here. So if it is done, then it means installation is done. Then this will go to next step, like complete. Then we can click on finish. Then the second step is we need to install SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio, which is a client tool to access the server. So now we are installing the server, but to interact with the server, we need some interface, right? That is called SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio. That is also free, guys. We can go to Google and search for SSMS download. SSMS download. So the very first option, you can click on this and click on this first download option. It is also free of cost. So it is also half a GB, 535 MB. Now once we have server installed, we can also install this one, but for now I'm just pausing the video because it will take some time to install. So we'll continue once this is done. So it is done, guys. Installation is done. Now see, everything is succeeded. It means installation is successful. Now click on close. Now server is installed. So now we need to install SSMS, which is the client to access the server. So close this. Now already we have downloaded this SSMS setup here. So now we can double click on this so I can install. It will be also same thing, setuping the file, path, next and finish. So this is done. Just close this. So double click on the download path and it will be asking for your permissions. So just proceed with OK. Now see, it is asking the location. So by default again it is C program files. If you want to change, you can change or just click on install. So it will take some time to install this. So that is all, guys. Once we install this SSMS, then we can open this SSMS and we can connect to the local server. So this is done, guys. Actually we need to restart the system to set up completely. So because if you install any software, I mean even SQL Server as well, so restart your system, that is recommended. So that's why if I restart SQL Server, again I have to restart for this as well. That is why I have not restarted the very first step. So once you install SQL Server setup and also once you install SSMS, so just click on restart. So once it is back, then we'll continue like the next steps. So I'm back, guys. So it already started. Now see here, if you go to start, there is something called Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. This is something what we have installed now. The current version is 18. Maybe if the version increases, maybe you can update this later. So now double click on this. So this is what SSMS, what we call to interact with the server. So once it is open, the same thing. So we click on connect to databases. So currently we will not have any database here. It will be a system database only we can able to see now. So if you remember in the last sessions we have discussed like how to restore your databases if you have any backup files. So in the OneDrive I have given all the backup files of a movies database and a Northwind database and also one more database, I think AdventureWorks. I have given the backups. So once the installation is done, so you can copy those backup files and paste those backup files in your program files Microsoft SQL Server backup folder, and you can take them. Now this is my server, which is my local server. I can just give dot, and this is my account. This is Windows authentication, guys. If you click on connect, this will connect without asking any username and password. Now let's do other way. So now I'm disconnecting this one. So click on connect. Now here select the second option called SQL Server authentication. This is what I was telling, SA account. So this is what we have given the password during installation time. So whatever the password you have given there, so we can use the same password here. Now see, it got connected. Now it is SA account, which is system admin account, which is using SQL authentication. So that's all about SQL Server, setup of SQL Server. Hope you got idea like how you can set up SQL Server. If you have any issues in doing this installation, please post in the comments. I can just reply on top of that. Now what we can do is we can take the backup files. So we can take here to go to C program files. So Microsoft SQL, so this is where the path will be. You can see MSAS, which is for answer services, MS SQL Server for database services. So these two will be created by default. So go to MS SQL Server folder, click on MS SQL again, backup. So here you paste the backup files. So let me copy from my system. So now you can copy these backup files. So Northwind, movies, and Adventure Works. So because currently I have this already in other SQL Server setup, that's why I'm copying from here. So as I told, it was already there in OneDrive folder. You can directly download those and you can use for practice. Now I'll just paste here. Now once it is done, I can go to SSMS again and I can restore these backup files. So the files got copied, guys. So what we can do is we can go to SSMS and connect to the server. And we can click on the database, restore database. This we have seen this already, I think, in the last sessions, but I'm just telling again. So from our device, we can able to restore the databases. So go to add. So by default, we can see databases here. So we can just click on this one. Click on OK. So yeah, it is restored successfully. So like this, now we have SQL Server and also database as well. So we can connect to this Power BI and we can just practice. So now we have also analysis services. So if you click on connect, this is database engine. Now if you go to analysis services, this is something we are going to see in SSAS sessions, SSAS tabular model. We are going to see this one. So if you connect this one, you can see this is our local server for SSAS, analysis services. So now next step is I will download Power BI desktop in this machine and I'll create one sample report. So next straight away we'll start Power BI service. And one more important update is now we have April 2020 version of Power BI. So yesterday Microsoft released one new version. So currently so far we have discussed in March 2020 update. So the current version is April 2020. So you can go ahead to Microsoft website and download the newer version and upgrade the existing version. So I have not seen the demo so far. So once I have gone through the features and all, I will also explain what are the new updates we have in this month. I mean April update. So yeah, that's all I have, guys. Please install this and same way you'll be like it'll be installed without any issues. So yeah, we'll meet in next session with Power BI service. Thanks everyone. Bye guys.